So let's talk about a few more math functions. And keep in mind that the objective here is not for you to memorize each and every single math function, but just for you to know that it exists and is available to you. If you ever need to use a math function and you don't remember the exact name of the function, you can simply do a Google search for Python math functions and you will find what you are looking for. So the first one we're going to talk about is the absolute function. And this function simply makes every number a positive number. So any number that is negative will be turned into a positive number. So for instance, negative 50 will become positive 50. So if I run my code here, you will find that it is positive 50. So let's also talk about the power function. And with this function, you've probably seen a different variation of this. We spoke about the double asterisk, and this does exactly the same thing. So with this, if I put 5, 2 as the parameters, I am essentially saying 5 to the power of 2. So if I run this code, I can see that 5 to the power of 2 is 25. And the next one here is the round function. And the round function comes in handy when we only want to show a limited amount of decimal places. So for instance, if I put 2 as the second parameter of my round function, that would mean to go only up to 2 decimal places. So if I run this program, it is going to round this number to 2 decimal places. So if I run this code, you can see that the number has been rounded to 2 decimal places. I can also easily change this number here. If I wanted just 1 decimal place, I can put 1, and as you can see, it rounds to 1 decimal place. So what happens if I have no second parameter? You can take a wild guess. So I'm going to run this program, and you will see what will happen. And as you can see, it rounds to the first whole number. So this is how the round function works. So the next thing we're going to look at is the binary. And with this operator, it converts any number you input into a binary number. So if you look at this example over here, we're going to convert 250 to a binary, which is a format of ones and zeros. And as you can see, we have the binary format. So if you ever wanted to know what the binary version of a decimal number, you would use this binary function. So the next thing we have here is the hexadecimal. And just like the binary function, this converts your number to a different base. And this will convert your decimal number to a hexadecimal base number. So if I run this code, you will see a hexadecimal value. So these are just functions that are good to know that exist, but you may or may not ever need to use any of these functions in your program, but it's good to know that it exists. So I'll show you an example where we are actually using these functions in our program. So what we're going to do here is create a useful program that we can use to calculate exactly how much each person or guest has to pay if we go to a restaurant. For example, if we go to a restaurant with 2 other people, let's say we are 3 guests in total, and the bill comes up to 23, this program will calculate exactly how much each person has to pay if we distribute the bill evenly. So the first thing we're going to do here is create our variables. So the simple calculation we're going to use to determine the bill per person will be the total bill divided by the number of guests that we have. And as you can see here, we are using our divide symbol to divide the total bill by guests. And now if we print the value of bill per person, we should expect the evenly distributed bill per each person. So when we run this code, as you can see, we have this number here. We can modify our program to make this number a little bit more rounded. Because this number, 7.866666 and on, is not a very clean round number. So we're going to use the round function to round this number. And to round our number, we just need to put our bill per person variable inside the round function. The first parameter would be the number we want to round, and the second parameter would be the number of decimal places we want to round to. So now, after I run the program, you can see we have a nice clean number.